Max Verstappen is utterly dominant, securing Red Bull's 12th win of the season in Hungary. Now, the same can't be said of Sergio Perez, with the Mexican driver's seat at Red Bull looking less and less secure. Many had suspected that it would be Daniel Ricciardo as the biggest threat to Checo's seat, but it seems like that's not the case, with a shock candidate apparently making it in the running. Not only is there a new candidate, but it also looks like a former Red Bull driver may also be in the running, and it's not Daniel. Want to know who the 3 new candidates are for the second Red Bull seat, and would they fit into Red Bull? Well, stick around and find out. So before all of you keyboard warriors start to comment and let us know that Checo has a contract until 2024 and surely he's safe until then, let's just be brutally honest with each other for a second. No one is safe at Red Bull. The Austrian team is not afraid to make hard decisions, and they also have a pretty long track record of it. Has Checo done a terrible job this year when you look at it? No, he hasn't. He has won 2 Grand Prix this season and genuinely looked like he could challenge Max. Now, that is precisely where the problem begins and ends. The man is racing against Max, who is making winning races look easy, winning by an almighty 30 seconds in Hungary. The Mexican has a good race pace, but has struggled in qualifying, and when you have a rocket ship like the RB19, you should really be 1-2 in all races. Sergio's recent slump in form has seen the vultures begin to circle. Numerous names have been linked to the second seat of Red Bull, with the Honey Badger openly saying that the goal is the Red Bull seat. But it looks like Red Bull may be raiding one of Daniel's former teams, but not for the driver that everyone thought. The heads-on favourite to replace Sergio Perez had been Lando Norris. Still, after McLaren's upturn in form, that may be a little harder than first thought, with it now looking like Lando is a happy driver at McLaren, meaning the Red Bull could have to turn their attention to a different driver. There were frustrating times and just difficult times, but at no point did I think this is not where I want to be, Norris said at the Belgian Grand Prix on Thursday. I was still always very happy with the team that I'm with. I still have a lot of faith that McLaren are able to achieve their goals and at the same time achieve my goals, which are to win races and win championships with them, Norris said at the Belgian Grand Prix on Thursday. Zak Brown has also spoken about how the team planned to keep Lando at the team. However, it seems that Zak shouldn't be worried about Lando leaving, but another driver. I think the way that you keep him is to give him a good race car. And as long as we give him a good car, well, he loves the environment. He loves the team. He's been on a journey with us, Brown told Sky Sports F1 after the Hungarian Grand Prix. So seemingly, with Red Bull's first target ruling himself out of a move towards Milton Keynes, who could the current Constructors' champion look towards? One person that they could turn to, and that Ted Kravitz says that could possibly take the seat, is Alex Albon. The Thai British driver may have dropped a hint recently the Red Bull could have already approached him. Responding to a fan's question on the Sky F1 podcast asking if Perez deserved that second seat at Red Bull, Kravitz said, "Yes, although Christian Horner was quick to praise Alex Albon, wasn't he? I thought that was interesting in that Alex Albon has now severed all of his ties. He doesn't even have the Red Bull on the side of his helmet anymore. But Alex is not in the Red Bull camp anymore, and Alex Albon finishing 7th in a Williams, even though it was 20 seconds behind, well, Checo made the extra pit stop, behind Checo Perez in a Red Bull in 6th, it wasn't lost on anybody, and least it seems Christian Horner," finished Ted. Now, all of you are probably thinking this guy has gone crazy to believe that Albon would get the seat ahead of the people already in the Red Bull family, but just hold on, let's remember a few things. If Albon were to return to the fold, it would not be his first recall, having been brought back for the 2019 campaign alongside Daniel Kvyat. The pair is signed to Toro Rosso as Red Bull went through a drought in their once overflowing pool of young racing talent. He also still has heavy links with the Uvidia family, who are 51% owners of Red Bull. Stranger things have happened in F1, but let us know if you could see Albon making a return to Red Bull. Albon has come out to say that 2 teams unsuccessfully approached him in 2022. Could one of these have been Red Bull? I'm focused at Williams, and that's really it in terms of that noise, which is a separate noise to all the rumors. It's actual noise. It's not really for me to focus on. My manager can deal with all of that. Albon added about interest from rival teams. It's always nice to receive attention in that sense, not just in the media and outside sense, but it's nice to feel it's in a proper paddock sense, a team sense where other teams are like that, Albon told ESPN. Do you think that Albon could handle the pressure of the Red Bull seat? Let us know in the comments below. One driver who has impressed recently is the young Australian Oscar Piastri, who, if you remember, caused a considerable uproar last season in the F1 world, including a viral tweet that I think Otmar still has nightmares over. Following an impressive 5th place finish at Silverstone, Piastri continued to impress by securing his 2nd consecutive top 5 finish finish at the Hungaroring, making it the first time the Australian driver has scored points in back-to-back races. Pretty impressive for a rookie driver, and off the back of his most recent successes, Eddie Jordan has made a pretty bold prediction, thinking that Oscar will be Max's next teammate. Or well, that's at least what he thinks. The thing that caught my interest yesterday was this guy Piastri. For him to come out and qualify on the second row and race like he did, and race against Max, be careful where he's going to go because I think there's star quality in there. I'm actually blown away with this young kid, so he'd be one of the drivers that I'd be looking at to challenge Max in the future, Jordan told TalkSport. Now, if you think that that's crazy, it's not even the most outrageous move that could happen at the end of the day. Red Bull surely only want the best, and having the rookie performing at the top level is not entirely unthinkable. The Australian has also been unlucky at Silverstone. He should have had a podium finish, but that unlucky safety car meant that he finished fourth, with even George Russell saying that Lewis was lucky to be on the podium. There's another factor to consider, and that is Red Bull are always forward-looking, and with Ricciardo, it would almost feel like a step backwards rather than forwards. Furthermore, and something that people seem to be forgetting, Piastri is managed by a former Red Bull F1 driver, Mark Webber, who played a significant role in bringing him to McLaren. The likable Australian veteran of the paddock maintains a firm relationship with the bosses over at Red Bull. Do not be surprised if there's a seat available at Red Bull, of course where Mark used to be. Don't be surprised if Piastri is named in front of the public eye in the future. Red Bull doesn't usually go back in time. They have a very forward vision. Mark Webber has brought this kid on, brought him over from Australia, and what a revelation he's turned out to be, Jordan explained. We're not going to lie, and you may think that we're crazy, but we could actually see this happening. Piastri is young, hungry, and talented, exactly what Red Bull love. He also wants to be successful, and he's not afraid to stir the pot. There's of course obstacles for Piastri, and that mostly comes in the form of Liam Lawson, but he would probably go to AlphaTauri first and then Red Bull. And with the Australian already having experience in F1, this could be the perfect fit for Red Bull. Now make sure you're sat down for this next one. We don't want anyone fainting from the shock, but the outsider in all of this could be a man that's family has a rich history in F1, and that's Mick Schumacher. With the former Haas driver a candidate for a seat at Red Bull, but this one is more hard to see, as let's be honest, he didn't exactly impress at Haas. On top of that, he would most likely need to go to AlphaTauri first before heading off to Red Bull, with Franz Tost saying that there isn't much space for Schumacher. Tost admits that there will be no room in the Red Bull family for Schumacher for some time. We are occupied, he said. We have a few young drivers coming on, some talents from the Red Bull driver pool. We will definitely fall back on them. As for the 24-year-old Schumacher though, Tost, with his historic ties to the Schumacher family, insists that he has not given up on him. However, he thinks that the German is in good hands with Mercedes and Toto Wolff. Wolff is super well connected, said Tost. I think he'll do everything to ensure that Mick gets a seat sooner rather than later. It doesn't matter which team, if the opportunity arises, he has to take it. He won't have the opportunity to choose for long. Come on then, let's hear it. Hit us with your best opinions in the comments. Who do you think will be in the Red Bull seat next season?